from the 7th to the 11th of October. I'm happy to be here today. I'm Sean Baugh, Program Manager for Agricultural Development here at the CARICOM Secretariat. And I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be your moderator for today. Happy to be working with you and everyone. And just happy to be moderating this exciting launch as the enthusiasm, the excitement that has been happening, and the amount of calls that we've been getting here at the Secretariat says a lot. That people are, in fact, interested, excited to be here, want to participate, and to be involved in the whole food security issue of the Caribbean region. We have a very exciting lineup for you today, a powerful field of speakers who will endorse the Caribbean Week of Agriculture, who are significant partners in the efforts of the region to push and to promote food security. It's been a journey. It's been a great journey for the region, and I dare say that the Caribbean region is one of the leading regions as the fight to achieve SDG number 2, which is zero hunger, and also to push forward the notion of greater food and nutrition security. I'll move straight into our today's program, and I'll now invite Mr. Joseph Cox, who is the Assistant Secretary General here at the CARICOM Secretariat in charge of economic integration, innovation, and trade and development, sorry. And he's also my boss. A.C. Cox, over to you. Welcome and good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Sean. Thank you very much. Honorable Sabota Caesar, Minister of Agriculture, Rural Transformation, Forestry, Fisheries, Industry and Labor, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa, Minister of Agriculture, Guyana. Dr. Armstrong Alexis, Deputy Secretary General for the Caribbean Community. Mr. Mario Lupkin, Assistant Director General and Regional Representative for Latin America and the Caribbean at the FAO, Mr. Kurt Delis, Special Affairs Coordinator for the Caribbean Region and Suriname Representative for AICA, and Mr. Errington Thompson, President of the Agricultural Lands of the Caribbean, ACARI. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all a pleasant good morning to you. Now, it's a fundamental truth that the Caribbean Week of Agriculture stands as a reminder of progress and innovation in our region's agricultural sector. Indeed, as we gather for the 2024 edition themed Climate Smart Agriculture for a Sustainable Future, we are reminded of the strides we have made and the path that lies ahead. The CWA has been a pivotal platform since its inception, fostering dialogue and action towards sustainable agricultural development. In the past, themes like Accelerating Vision 25 by 2025 have spurred efforts to reduce food imports by 25% by 2025, a testament to our collective resolve to enhance food security and self-reliance. The 2023 edition, which was held in the Bahamas, was a call to action to strengthen producer sustainability and resilience. It underscored the importance of agriculture as an economic driver and highlighted the vulnerability of our rural communities to climate change. The discussions and outcomes from previous CWAs have laid a solid foundation for our current endeavors. Building from last year's outcomes and the glaring realities of our present, this year's Caribbean Week of Agriculture, to be held in St. Vincent and the Grenadines from the 7th to the 11th of October 2024, will revolve around the theme Climate Smart Agriculture for a Sustainable Future. The theme rightfully proclaims climate smart agriculture as being paramount for a sustainable future for the region. The region recognizes that the adaptation of CSA has the potential to revolutionize the agri-food systems in the region through the integration of innovative technologies, gender-sensitive approaches, and scalable solutions to ensure food security, resilience, and the improvement of livelihoods in the face of the changing weather patterns and extreme events. Digital agricultural tools have the potential to revolutionize agri-food systems by improving connectivity and reducing inefficiencies. Innovations such as Kobo Toolbox for data collection, TerraSync for GPS farm mapping, and automated irrigation systems controlled via mobile applications are examples of how technology can support climate change adaptation and resilience. To this end, the CWA 2024, made up of workshops, trade exhibitions, and field visits, will allow for insightful discussions, knowledge sharing, the forging of new partnerships, and the showcasing of the latest innovations and strategies in climate smart agriculture. The week will also host special meetings such as a high-level ministerial high-level ministerial meetings, the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI Board of Governors meeting, the meeting of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, Agriculture Ministers, and the Caribbean Agricultural Health and Food Safety Agency, CAFSA, Board of Directors meeting. Additionally, the event will award the CARICOM Farmer of the Year and the Ministers of Agriculture CARICOM Young Farmer of the Year. All in all, the CWA expects to host a diverse group of participants, including all member states, development partners such as AICA, FAO, WFP, farmers and producers organizations such as CANREP, ACARI, CABA, CARICOM bodies such as CARDI, CAFSA, and CRFM, the OECS, research and academia, such as UWI, scientists, civil society, private sector groupings, companies, and representatives from international organizations. The diverse representation being concentrated on this year is pivotal to the event's success, since a multifaceted approach is necessary to advance the agricultural sector in the face of the impacts of climate change. The format of this year's CWA promises to adopt an impactful, focused, deliberate, and comprehensive approach to adopting CSA by assigning a day for agriculture, trade, and development, civil society, governments, and partner organizations, climate and business investors, and national, regional, and international experts. Each of these stakeholders have an integral role in shaping a comprehensive strategy necessary to rebuild a robust and resilient agricultural sector in the Caribbean. By dedicating time to each, the Caribbean Week of Agriculture 2024 aims to foster dialogue, collaboration, and action that will propel the region's agriculture sector towards a sustainable and inclusive manner. This holistic approach is not only beneficial for the agricultural sector, but also for the overall well-being and economic health of the community. Climate smart agriculture for a sustainable future is therefore not just our theme, it is our mission. It encapsulates our dedication to creating a resilient agricultural sector that can withstand the vagaries of climate change while providing for our people. It is about building a future where our actions today foster a legacy of abundance and sustainability for generations to come. Therefore, let us move forward with the lessons learned from the past CWAs and the innovative spirit of the present. Let us collaborate, innovate, and act with the urgency that the theme of climate smart agriculture demands. Together, we can ensure a sustainable future for the region's agricultural sector. With that, I thank you.
Thank you, S.C. Cox. Certainly, the words that you have put forward is in keeping with our next section. And I want to put forward, just let the audience know that CWA is an integrated and partnership approach. And what do I mean by that? The organizers, certainly the host country of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, will be our hosts this year, have been deliberate in ensuring that it's a partnership. It's a collection of everybody who is working within the space, who is treating with and dealing with agriculture. We have several partners. We have ICA, which is the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture. We have the FAO, we have CAFSA, we have CARDI, we have the CPSO, we have the CRFM, we have the World Food Program, we have ACARI, And we have the OECS as well as the University of the West Indies and several other partners who have indicated that they will come on board. And I think this is important because we talk about integration, we talk about partnership, talk about alignment. And I think it's critical how the whole setup has been designed because now it accounts for everyone who are players in the industry. And for us here at the organizing committee and working with the host country, the inclusion of our farmers are critical because the work that we do is for the population at large and also our farmers. And it's in that regard that I'm happy to now introduce Mr. Errington Thompson, who is the president of the Agricultural Alliance of the Caribbean, and it's the regional entity that represents all farmers here in the Caribbean. Mr. Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Honorable Sabato Cesar, Minister of Ministry of Agriculture, Rural Transformation, Forestry, Fisheries, Industry and Labor, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa, Minister of Agriculture, Guyana. Dr. Armstrong Alexis, Deputy Secretary General, Caribbean Community, CARICOM. Mr. Mario Lubetkin, Assistant Director General and Regional Representative for Latin America and the Caribbean Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO. Mr. Kurt DeLeese, Special Affairs Coordinator for the Caribbean region and Suriname Representative for the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, AICA. Mr. Joseph Cox, Assistant Secretary General, Economic Integration and Innovation Development, CARICOM Secretariat. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my great honor to greet you on behalf of the Agriculture Alliance of the Caribbean, ACARI, and all our strategic partners and organizations from our region. I'm delighted to represent the many men, women, youth, and disabled persons who make the business of food production and food security their passion. The theme for CWA 2024, Climate Smart Agriculture for a Sustainable Future, is very much in line with ACARI's 2 million trees, plants, and shrub planting initiative. This initiative incorporates climate smart agriculture and agroecology to achieve food and nutrition security in the Caribbean region. This is done while utilizing a sustainable, comprehensive agriculture and resilient food production system through smallholder farms, community gardens, and backyard farms. We refer to this as our regional farmers' approach to climate action, food sovereignty, and the preservation of biodiversity. ACARI will engage regional partners, while ACARI's local chapters will coordinate efforts at the national level and will partner with government ministries of agriculture, education, social services, forestry, environment, marine resources, and culture to assist them with any related project and to engage them as partners in the tree planting initiative. Climate change, on the other hand, is an existential threat to all small island developing states, SIDS, and our region has seen our share of devastation. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, has predicted an 85% chance of an above normal hurricane season with 17 to 25 total named storms. To add insult to injury, the Notre Dame Global Adaptation Initiative recently identified and ranked 30 countries of the world that will most likely survive climate change. Guess who were not included? Guess who were excluded from that list? All countries in Latin America and the Caribbean, all countries from the continent of Africa, all countries of the Pacific Islands, and most countries from Asia. Global warming and climate change have had and will continue to have an economic, social, and environmental impact on every country, but more so on the islands of the Caribbean. Let us hope and pray during the G7 meeting presently underway in Italy that climate change is on the agenda. Let us hope and pray that at COP29 in November, there will be a resolution regarding loss and damage. Caribbean regional farmers, in conjunction with other stakeholders, have issued a call to action. We must do our part. We must make a serious and intentional attempt towards finding solution to climate action and subsequently food sovereignty. Farmers have concluded that they must figure out how to work together. Farmers caution other farmers and food producers that working in silos have not provided the results. The clarion call from farmers and food producers is, let's get together. Let's communicate. Let's collaborate. And let's cooperate. Let's combine expertise, knowledge, and resources for the good of all. So today, we wish to reiterate our commitment to and support for CARICOM, IECA, FAO, and all regional governments, including Guyana and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who are represented here today. As we extend our hearts and hands in solidarity to bring about the results we all truly desire for our region, together we are stronger. We are motivated to embark on this tree planting initiative to build capacity in food production in response to our personal circumstances and to help with the CARICOM's mandate to reduce food imports by 25% by 2025. We are convinced that our efforts must be sustainable because our region is committed to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. 2030 is less than 6 years away. In closing, we wish to make a few suggestions or recommendations. One, our region must improve our data collection and establish baselines for every aspect of food production and agriculture. Two, many farmers are struggling and in need of support, financial and otherwise. Many have suffered devastating losses from hurricanes, rising sea levels, drought, and intense forest fires. Three, in most countries, Perdere larceny is a major reason why farmers are unable to make ends meet. We must pass specific laws to apprehend and punish perpetrators. Four, we must develop a system to assist farmers with their water needs and irrigation methods. These would allow farmers to improve their yield and income. Five, there is a need to strengthen the supply chain. Six, there is a need to strengthen the value addition chain. Seven, there must be a sharing of best practices across the region. Eight, we must move with haste to develop two-way inter-island trade. Nine, we must establish model farms with training facilities to build capacity in the circular economy. The time to solve our problem is now. This time must be our clarion call for commitment to action. We must act now and act fast. In humility, I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you much, Mr. Thompson. There's a lot of messages that we've taken from you, a lot of exciting messages, but I've taken away the 3 C's: communicate, collaborate, cooperate. And I thank you for being here. Just to say that I've placed in the chat the social media links because a lot of persons trying to get into the room, to get into the meeting, but we've reached the maximum capacity. I think everybody excited about CWA. So we've reached the capacity. So I'm asking if you could share the link to the YouTube and the social media channels that would allow other persons who are unable to get in to move accordingly. I'm gonna do a little change. I'm told that Mario has to head to another meeting, so I'm gonna ask Mario if he wants to bring, if he could bring his remarks now. The FAO is one of the strongest partners that we have here in the region, treating with and dealing with food security. The FAO has been with us, has stayed with us, and haven't left us, and has been providing technical support, both in the form of financial and human resources to the region. And the work that is being done by FAO certainly has been advanced in the region. And we're happy to have you here today to speak to our audience, to speak to our partners. Mario, I hand over to you.
Thanks, moderator and friend, distinguished authorities. It's an honor to participate in this virtual launch of the 18th Caribbean Week of Agriculture, representing the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. I'm delighted to see the strong participation of CARICOM member states in this event. We know that agri-food systems are vital to achieve sustainable development goals. Transforming our agri-food system is essential for eradication poverty, ending hunger, improving nutrition, and access to healthy diet. It will also ensure that our food production is more efficient, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable. In this regard, let me outline the current situation in our region. Our latest estimates show that hunger worldwide stayed about the same from 2021 to 2022. However, it's still much higher than before the COVID-19 pandemic, affecting about 9.2% of the global population, something like 735 million people. If we don't have made significant changes, over 600 million people will suffer from hunger by 2030. This means we are moving further away from the Sustainable Development Goal related to food security and nutrition, and we need to take concrete action. In Latin America and the Caribbean, 43 million people still suffer from hunger, and more than 450 around face moderate and severe food insecurity. While the region has made some progress, these numbers still hinder sustainable development efforts. So regional trends show that hunger decreased in South America, stayed the same in Mesoamerica, but increased in the Caribbean. In 2022, more than 7 million people in the Caribbean experienced hunger, with Haiti being one of the most affected countries in the world. Although the situation is still complex, some progress in reducing hunger and malnutrition give us hope. Latin America and the Caribbean was the only region in the world that remarkably reduced hunger, with around 3 million. However, people suffering from it. I hope this positive trend continue, and we will see sooner progress in the Caribbean to keep moving forward together to eradicate hunger for all. I highlight the significant effort and compromise of CARICOM to tackle this challenge and seize opportunity to transform agriculture, food security, and address the impact of climate change in the Caribbean. Seeds are priority countries for FAO's work, and we continue to reinforce strategies to support sustainable development and resilience strategy. We have witnessed how the Caribbean region faces a unique set of challenges in the context of food production and climate change. Due to the geographic location, small land masses, and resilience on agriculture and tourism. FAO's work on climate change remains critically relevant, and CARICOM members highlighted this priority during the last FAO regional conference that was held in Georgetown, Guyana. The impact of climate change on small island state is evident, and our joint efforts are more important than ever to address this situation. Some of our initiatives in these areas include scaling up the Honey initiative in the sub-region, focusing in water management, including irrigation, and supporting women and youth in agriculture to improve livelihoods and introduce climate-smart technologies, while also promoting farmer exchanging among young farmers. FIU is working in the climate change and disaster risk management group within the CARICOM's agricultural cluster, focused on Caribbean agricultural sustainability. We are also developing a regional plan for genetic sources and emergency response strategy, and promoted climate smart irrigation. We have been introducing digital and geospatial tools to face climate change's impact, and we are integrating disaster risk management and climate change adaptation on fishery and agricultural land use planning. Additionally, FIU is developing protocols to enhance early warning and anticipatory action for agricultural disaster risk management. FIU maintains a long-standing relationship on data and statistics with CARICOM member states. We continue to support the implementation of the CARICOM regional strategy for the development of statistics and are preparing to enhance this collaboration with implementation of the Food Insecurity Experience Scale, FIES, and the assessment of the cost affordability of a healthy diet. We are transforming value change, developing the sub-region and facilitating public-private sector partnership and improving access to input technologies and finance. FIU continue to support 25 for 2025 initiative, aiming for the 25% reduction of food imports by 2025. Our integrated approach focuses on improving production and productivity using modern technology and digital solutions. For example, the FIO Mexico CARICOM Resilient Caribbean Initiative, which addresses the water, energy, food nexus, and strengthened school feeding programs. FIO recognizes the importance of investment forum of the sub-regional, such as the Guyana Investment Forum. We seek I reaffirm our commitment to strengthening partnership with multiple stakeholders, like the moderator said, other UN agencies, and other key cooperation partners, such as ICA, to further these goals. Finally, I would like to underline the newly approach of select food security and nutrition plan for 2024-2030, which received unanimous support from all the 33 countries of Latin America and the Caribbean. This consensus marks an extraordinary opportunity to advance the implementation of measures and policy dedicated to eradicate hunger and malnutrition through a comprehensive food system management approach. This initiative transcends political and ideological and national boundaries, emphasizing our collective responsibility to tackle hunger as a global, regional, and national issues. Our collaborative efforts are making significant strides in addressing the challenges posed by climate change and other threats. We look forward to continuing to work together to build a better production, better nutrition, a better environment, and finally, a better life, but leaving no one behind. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mario. Thank you very much. And I take a few things from your presentation, and key among them is our region has been the only region who has managed to reduce hunger and food and nutrition insecurity. And I think that's a big thing for us here in the Latin America and Caribbean region. That's a big deal. I take from you the need for innovation, and we thank you. We welcome the partnership. We look forward to longevity and the support that has been committed and that has been given, and this partnership that we have ongoing. I wanna, with all the protocols that have been established and the speakers who are here, I wanna move to one of the original founders, conceptualizers of the Caribbean Week of Agriculture, which is ICA. And it's one of the oldest hemispheric agricultural development organization here in the Americas. Been providing support to the region, has been supporting the region, has been bringing innovation and purpose to the region. So I invite Mr. Kirk DeLeese to bring greetings accordingly from ICA.
Thank you, Moderator Sean Ball. Please allow me to recognize the Honorable Saboto Caesar, Minister of Agriculture, Rural Transformation, Forestry, Fisheries, Industry, and Labor, and the Grenadines, Honorable Sophia Mustafa, Minister of Agriculture of Guyana, Dr. Armstrong Alexis, Deputy Secretary General of CARICOM, Mr. Mario Ludbekin, Assistant Director General and Regional Representative for Latin America and the Caribbean of the FAO, Mr. Joseph Cox, Assistant Secretary General, Economic Integration and Innovation Development, CARICOM Secretariat, and Mr. Errington Thompson, President of the Agricultural Alliance of the Caribbean, ACAI, representatives of other regional and international organizations, observers, good morning. I bring greetings from the Director General of ICA, Dr. Manuel Otero, who sends his deepest apologies as he would already like to partake in person, but this event coincides with another prior engagement for which he was already committed. The Inter-American Institute for Cooperation and Agriculture is indeed pleased to join with our esteemed partner institutions, CARICOM Secretariat, the Food and Agriculture Organization, the Caribbean Agriculture Research and Development Institute, who is some of the key founders, and others to launch the very important event, the 18th Caribbean Week of Agriculture. We would like to recognize and thank the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines as our host country to this year's CWA, and we are grateful to Minister Saboto for his persistence and support in making this happen. We also remain extremely grateful for the continued collaboration with our other regional and international partners as we subscribe firmly to the efforts that only through consistent collective action we can rise to the challenge of sustainably developing our countries and by extension the region. We congratulate the organizers for arriving at this most relevant theme for CWA 18, climate smart agriculture for a sustainable future. This is very appropriate in the context of the times in which we are living. Well, climate variability has resulted in severe impacts on our countries around the world, and indeed within the Caribbean region, which is one of the most vulnerable geographic zones to climate change on the planet. I hope it has not been lost upon us that the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, outlook for 2024 Atlantic hurricane season, which spans from June 1st to November 30th, predicts an 85% chance of an above normal season, and is forecasting a range of 17 to 25 total named storms, with winds over 39 miles per hour or higher. To put it in blunt terms, we are once again on a knife's edge, and we must be prepared. We have lived the experience, and that when disaster strikes, our ability to feed ourselves is the sole consideration after ensuring safety. Next year, we will be looking to the results of Vision 25 by 2025, and our ability to adapt to and adopt an agriculture which is more responsive to climate change is a key underlying factor determining our level of success in achieving Vision 25 by 2025. ICA has pledged its full commitment to supporting Vision 25 by 2025, and our key hemispheric initiatives are all centered around scientific basis to strengthen the capacity of member states and the region in achieving a climate-smart agricultural sector. Supporting this objective are a number of key institutional initiatives, amongst them Water and Agriculture Initiative, which we launched on September 27, 2023, in collaboration with representatives of key hemispheric institutions and countries, such as the Ministers of Agriculture, World Bank, the Development Bank of Latin America, and the Caribbean CAF, Inter-American Development Bank, UN ecology, and the University of Nebraska. The Water and Agriculture Initiative have the objective of consolidating capacities and promoting strategic public-private partnerships, improve the integrated management and efficient use of water in agriculture, and strengthen water governance institutions and mechanisms. Another key initiative is our Living Soils of America initiative, which was launched in December of 2020, and is spearheaded by ECA and the Carbon Management and Sequestration Center at The Ohio State University, which is led by Dr. Ratan. The rationale here is to unite public and private efforts in fighting soil degradation, as the fact that too often soil is left out of the dialogue or is not sufficiently highlighted in the climate change discourse. But it is so important because soil degradation is a phenomenon that threatens to undermine countries' capacity to sustainably meet the food demand. So the objective of the Living Soils of the Americas initiative is to, one, the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions from agricultural systems, increase the area of cultivated land under validated soil management practices that increase soil health and soil carbon stocks and ecosystem services. And three, enhance productivity and resilience of farms and farmers and global food security. It is very important to note that within the context of promoting South-South Technical Cooperation, ECA joined the Alliance for Green Revolution in Africa, AGRA, on May 2nd, 2024, to launch its Living Soils initiative in Africa, which we believe is important for expanding actions and knowledge on climate resilient agricultural practices adapted to the African context. Earlier, I referenced the critical matter of the need for collective action. ECA is a champion of collective action, recognizing that all countries must work together based on the shared interests and needs to find joint solutions to common problems, generate supranational public goods, and develop national technopolitical capacities in strategic areas. As such, ECA has been championing an initiative called the Hemispheric Partnership for Food Security and Sustainable Development in the Americas. And this is to foster collective action amongst the countries of the region, to promote and implement a new generation of policies, and to strengthen capacities to facilitate the development of more resilient, inclusive, sustainable, profitable, and competitive agricultural sectors and agri-food systems. CWA gives us the perfect platform to pursue the strengthening of the Caribbean participation in such a partnership. In addition to the events that we will host at this CWA, we at ECA recommit our full support to the wider effort to ensure that CWA 18 is a resounding success. We wish to once again extend our sincere thanks to Minister Honorable Saboto Caesar and the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for agreeing to host CWA 18 and to taking on this challenging task. We are well aware of the rich history of agriculture in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and its reputation as one of the breadbaskets of the sub-region. We look forward to experiencing firsthand the great potential of the region's agriculture come October 2024. We encourage all stakeholders to drive the promotion efforts in your networks of influence so that we can have the best participation possible and a successful event. Our ECA team look forward to welcoming and engaging you at CWA 2024 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines on October 7 to 11, 2024. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kurt. I hear disaster risk management, I hear living soil, and I hear water, all translate to life. And I think that is what we are about here in the region, treating with agriculture, treating with food security. And I want to take the opportunity to thank you and the rest of the ECA team, while I segue into also thanking the planning team who have been putting all of the arrangements here together, led by the very capable permanent secretary out of the Ministry of Agriculture in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, P.S. Gittins, supported by the CARICOM Secretariat here. I've seen some things being proposed for this year's CWA. When you see the website launch, you will understand how exciting it will be. I move now to ask Dr. Armstrong Alexis, who is the Deputy Secretary General here at the CARICOM Secretariat, to bring remarks from the CARICOM Secretariat.
Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies, Sean Bohr, Honorable Saboto Caesar, Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture, Rural Transformation, Forestry, Fisheries, Industry and Labor of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and your team. Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa, the Minister of Agriculture of Guyana. Mr. Mario Lebretkin, who I gather has left from the FAO. Dr. Kurt Delis, the Special Affairs Coordinator for the Caribbean region and Suriname's representative for the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, ICA. Mr. Elrington Thompson, President of Agriculture Alliance of the Caribbean. My colleague, Joseph Cox, the Assistant Secretary General for Economic Integration, Innovation, Development from the CARICOM Secretariat. Excellencies and the heads of international and regional organizations, farmers, young people joining us today, other stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen. This year, the focus of CARICOM's flagship event, the Caribbean Week of Agriculture, is on climate-smart agriculture for a sustainable future. It is a call to action and one that underscores the urgency of integrating resilience and sustainability into the fabric of our agricultural practices. Agriculture remains a major economic sector of most CARICOM member states, and there has been increased vigor under the Vision 25 by 25 initiative. We are now seeing investments and exchanges to promote and integrate technologies covering primary production, on-farm innovation, irrigation, and digitalization of the sector. Whilst the results to date have been generally positive, the challenges remain real and present. The sector still stands at the crossroads between opportunity and vulnerability. Chief among the challenges is climate change, as has been said before by other speakers. The CARICOM region is a prime example of the negative effects of climate change. However, the efficient introduction and adoption of climate-smart agriculture can propel us into a new and progressive reality of increased productivity and adaptation and resilience to climate change. Ladies and gentlemen, climate-smart agricultural technologies present a pathway to transform and reorient our food systems with significant benefits and sustainable advantages to farmers. These technologies also greatly assist the food security goals of the CARICOM region, including through climate-resilient crop varieties, new technologies in conservation agriculture, and crop rotation to enhance soil health, precision farming, and improved livestock management. Let us also remember that climate-smart agriculture is not just a concept or a buzzword. It is a practice that requires the collective effort of every stakeholder in the agricultural sector. Women, young people, the private sector, civil society, employers, regional and international partners, and policymakers all play a critical role in our drive towards regional food and nutrition security. Colleagues, the Caribbean Week of Agriculture 2024 will be a pivotal event for agriculture stakeholders and an opportunity to forge partnerships, share knowledge, and to commit to actions that will safeguard our region's agricultural production, and at the same time, protect our precious natural resources. I am hopeful that the events staged for CWA 2024 will provide stakeholders with an ideal opportunity to interact with their counterparts from across the region and to showcase their products at the trade show and exhibition and mutually benefit from shared knowledge and experiences. On behalf of the CARICOM Secretariat, I thank the institutions that are contributing to staging this landmark event, including the government of the of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and in particular, Minister Caesar and his capable team at the Ministry of Agriculture, members of the various CWA 2024 committees, our Assistant Secretary General for Economic Integration, Innovation and Development, Joe Cox, and his capable staff at the CARICOM Secretariat from the Agriculture Program, and all other partners who have so graciously been participating in the planning and execution of this very important event. Ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to the fruitful discussions, insightful exchanges, and actionable outcomes that will emerge from this pivotal gathering in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to advance food and nutrition security, safeguard our environment, and ensure the prosperity of the Caribbean community and its people. The spirit of cooperation and determination, which has been key to the successes celebrated by us as a regional integration movement that is now more than 50 years old, will be further strengthened by the interactions during this important 18th edition of the Caribbean Week of Agriculture. I wish all the stakeholders, participants, exhibitors, and farmers involved in this celebration much success, and I look forward to the outcome of CWA 18 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in October. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Alexis. I hear you speak about commitment, progress, achievement, and advancement. And certainly this is the mantra of the region's agriculture and food systems progress and what it is that we're trying to achieve. Really thank you very much for bringing remarks. We accept your charge, and certainly as partners, we'll ensure that CWA 2024 continues with the world-class product that it has been. Ladies and gentlemen, our next message will come from Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa. And while he is the Minister of Agriculture for Guyana, he's also the chairman for the Special Ministerial Task Force on Food Production and Food Security. And that task force has been charged with the responsibility of transforming the regional agricultural sector, developing the regional food systems, and implementing, guiding, spearheading, leading, pushing, promoting the 25 by 25 initiative. And under the leadership and certainly collective wisdom of the ministers of agriculture, we have seen progress. We are seeing the behavioral change that has been asked for. We're seeing investment in the sector. We are even seeing now the region is proud to boast that they have identified a regional agricultural insurance product. And as was said before, it's critical. We're in a hurricane zone, climate change, we're feeling the effects. We're seeing progress under the 25 by 25. New investment, new crops, new business, new industries being developed throughout the region under the MTF that has been mandated by your heads of government, your leaders within the region. So we now welcome a message from Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa, Minister of Agriculture in Guyana, and also the chairman of the CARICOM Special Ministerial Task Force on Food Production and Food Security.
We're not hearing the minister.
I'm not sure what's happening. Let's try again. Let's see what's happening here. Let's go again. I think the excitement that is building, sometimes technology sometimes gives us a little anxiety, but I think we should try again and see if we could hear from the minister. Are we ready now? I'm told by the team here there's a short loss of power. So they're just asking for 20 seconds. So if you could just bear with us a little bit. Just to point out that, okay, I think we're ready now.
Thank you very much, moderator, Dr. Carla Bonnet, Secretary General, CARICOM, Secretariat, Mr. Joseph Cox, Assistants, SDG, Dr. Manuel Ortiro, Director General, Inter-American Institute for Cooperation and Agriculture, Assistant Director General, Regional Representative for Latin America and the Caribbean, President, Agriculture Alliance of the Caribbean, Regional Leader, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to join you today for the virtual launch of the 18th Caribbean Week of Agriculture, which will take place from October the 7th to 11th, 2024 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This year, we gather under the theme Climate Smart Agriculture for a Sustainable Future, a theme that is both timely and critical. It resonates with our shared regional goals and aligns effortlessly with Vision 25 by 2025 objectives. As we work collectively to transform our regional food systems to be more dynamic, resilient, and sustainable by 2025, addressing the impacts of climate change and agriculture must continue to be a top priority. Agriculture is the backbone of our economies, cultures, and livelihood. It nourishes our people, supports our economies, and sustains our way of life. However, agriculture is highly vulnerable to climate change, especially in the Caribbean. Our small island states and coastal areas face extensional threats from flooding, drought, and extreme weather events. The 18th Caribbean Week of Agriculture offers us an opportunity to accelerate adoption of climate-smart farming practices and technologies. This will help our farmers adapt and thrive in changing climate conditions while strengthening collaboration with our partners. To realize a sustainable future for agriculture, we must continue investing in innovative climate-smart approaches, necessitating substantial financial supports. This entails embracing new technology, sharing knowledge, and fostering closer collaboration. The success of our regional agriculture transformation hinges on the partnerships we forge and the collective action we undertake. As chairman of the CARICOM Special Ministerial Task Force on Food Production and Food Security, climate smart agriculture is a top priority. These initiatives underscore our collective commitment to the future sustainable agriculture in our region. New Zealand-funded project, CARICOM Boosts Women and Youth in Agriculture, is making substantial strides. This project isn't just about agriculture, it's about addressing climate change, empowering our youth, ensuring food security, and tackling various socioeconomic challenges head-on. Secondly, we have the European-funded 19 million food security program for the Caribbean. This program is dedicated to enhancing access to finance, enabling investments in the innovative food production solutions, both locally and regionally. The Ministerial Task Force has been diligently working on a regional agriculture insurance product. This insurance aims to assist our farmers in managing the risk associated with climate change offering them a safety net against unforeseen challenges. The CARICOM Shade House project, building food security through innovation, resilience, sustainability, and empowerment, presented by His Excellency, President of Guyana, Dr. Irfan Ali, in February 2023. But let us not just talk about adapting to the impacts of climate change. We need to anticipate and prepare for them. We must strengthen our agricultural practices and systems to ensure and rebound from climate shocks. This call for investments in research, infrastructure, and resources for our farmers. In 2023, our region's progress towards advancing and embracing climate smart practices and technologies under the guidance of Vision 25 by 2025 can be outlined as follows. Development of a national shade house project initiative in Trinidad and Tobago. Guyana's state-of-the-art hydroponic facility and expansion of the agriculture, innovative and entrepreneurship program. Pilot project for prawns launch, shade house project commence, and crop production unit launch in Barbados. In our ongoing effort to drive transformative change for a sustainable future, we have initiated the production of coconut fiber, cocoa peat, from coconut husks. Recognizing both the environmental challenges and the potential inherent in coconut waste, we have deployed 8 fiber machines in major coconut producing areas and plan to expand further. This initiative will significantly contribute to advancing a greener, circular economy for a sustainable future. The FAO's 2024 State of World Fisheries and Aquaculture report shows that global aquaculture is at an all-time high, with 51% of aquatic animal production coming from aquaculture, surpassing marine fisheries for the first time. In the CARICOM region, we have committed to boosting aquaculture production in line with the 25 by 2025 initiative and are pursuing climate smart practices. For instance, the Guyana 100 million prawns production project at Anhoak in Guyana employs climate smart practices like water recirculation and uses specific pathogen-free broodstock to prevent disease outbreaks and boost productivity. Small-scale aquaponics projects are also being implemented to address food insecurity in the region with water shortages and poor soil quality. These initiatives aim to enhance food security and build a more sustainable future for agriculture and aquaculture in the Caribbean. Despite our challenges as a region, we have made tremendous progress in diversifying and strengthening the resilience of our food system through various initiatives inspired by the goal of Vision 25 by 2025. Through these initiatives, we have implemented various strategies to increase our food production and safeguard our economies. However, it is crucial to acknowledge that our work is not yet complete. There is still ample room for development and improvement. It's our collective responsibility, both at the region and as an individual country, to persist in advancing or embracing and implementing climate smart agriculture for a sustainable tomorrow. Let us seize this moment to accelerate our transition to climate smart, sustainable agriculture. By doing so, we can not only enhance food security, but also create employment opportunities and improve livelihood across the Caribbean. I wish we will have a successful Caribbean Week of Agriculture. Let us all work collectively to develop the food security aspect in this region. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. We hear about the successes that has been taking place in the region, the transformation that we've been calling for that is now happening. And I think the region deserves more than a round of applause for the collective efforts of every single member state in the Caribbean setup. I think it's a testament of commitment, a testament of focus, and a testament of overall direction and guidance that certainly the region has. I wanna move into our next presenter, and I wanna share a little secret This has been one of the most hands-on ministers that we've worked with in developing Caribbean Week of Agriculture. A matter of fact, at the first meeting, he said to us, I don't want it to be a talk shop. I don't want it to be a feel-good event. It must be a results-oriented event. It must be one where people leave with ideas, people leave with new technologies, people leave with business opportunity, and people leave with a focus and a vision. And I think the team certainly that has been put together has been living up to this. And the product that is now being developed and being launched will fulfill this. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone who is on, I have the honor of now introducing our keynote speaker, Honorable Sabota Caesar, Minister of Agriculture, Rural Transformation, Forestry, Fisheries, Industry, and Labor in the beautiful member state of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Minister Caesar.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and I wish to greet all the ministers who are following this virtual launch. I want to recognize the representatives from the CARICOM Secretariat, the representatives from the organizations present, FAO, ICA, Alkari, and importantly, the farmers, the fishers, the agro-processors throughout the length and breadth of the CARICOM region. I welcome you this morning. It is my distinct honor as the Minister of Agriculture, Forestry, Fisheries, Rural Transformation, Industry, and Labor to pre-launch the 18th Caribbean Week of Agriculture 2024 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, themed Climate Smart Agriculture for a Sustainable Future. It is definitely a period for us to celebrate, for us to reflect, but importantly, for us to prepare. We must celebrate at Caribbean Week of Agriculture 2024 the hard work and dedication of our food producers in our region. Our region is food secured because we have farmers who on a morning will go to work very early, whether it's hot or whether it is raining. We have fishers who will brace the boisterous seas to ensure that we have food and nutrition security in our member states. We must celebrate the work of our agro-processors who are adding value to the primary commodities that we are producing here in our region. So CWA 2024, we're asking you to come to St. Vincent and the Grenadines to celebrate the efforts of our technicians and our policymakers as we lift our game to ensure that food is always available, affordable, and accessible. It is going to be a very important period for us to reflect. And if I may just pause to do a situational analysis, we are impacted negatively by the vagaries of climate change, but we are also grappling with the impacts of predial larceny, an aging farming population, and also for the Windward Islands, the removal of trade preferences for our bananas. We have to reflect on how all of these situations are impacting on food production and productivity. Importantly, at CWA 2024, it is going to be a period for preparation. And I want us to be very practical in our approaches. It is at this juncture that I must note the important work currently being done by Professor Ganpat of the University of the West Indies to put on the table a framework, a postgraduate diploma for extension officers throughout the region to be able to not only appreciate climate change from a theoretical standpoint, but to come up with practical day-to-day solutions. And I wish to recognize his hard work and dedication. There's a fierce urgency of now. And CWA 2024 is definitely a call to action. We will be bringing together stakeholders, not from only the Caribbean region, but stakeholders globally. Because whilst we are working on an indigenous solution to some of the problems that we are facing, we are part of a global framework. Let us make Caribbean Week of Agriculture 2024 a transformative experience through continuing work, exchange of knowledge, and networking among stakeholders and member states within CARICOM. The people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we invite you to CWA 2024, Climate Smart Agriculture for Sustainable Future. Thank you and see you soon in SVG. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Thank you. I think everybody here in the entire Caribbean wants to be in SVG. I just wanted to build enough hotels so when we come, we can stay and have farm tours and see what is happening and celebrate agriculture in the region. Thank you, Minister. Your words are welcoming. We look forward to the hospitality of the people and the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And certainly, we know it will be a great time. It will be a great production. It will be a revolution as to how we treat it and we deal with our food and nutrition here in the region. I want to also take the opportunity to thank Ms. Milagro Matos here from the CARICOM Secretariat and her team, who has been working diligently along with Ms. Gittins and her team out of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So for us to have been able to put together what we have now and be where we are now. And I think it's timely now that we launch the website for CWA, launch the website that we encourage everybody to go on early. Please, I'm telling you from experience, go on early and register. Get your businesses on, get your participation up and ready, register early. The last one, people ran out of space, so we had to make tents and makeshift accommodations in terms of stalls and booths. So we're asking everybody to get on early, contact the organizers. But without any further ado, we shall launch now the exciting website for CWA. Technical team. everything will be there. I thank all of our presenters, all of our speakers, and again, our host country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, led by the Honorable Minister Sabota Caesar. Thank everyone for being a part of this launch. Follow us. The website is up and running. Register, contact us. We're here to work with you. We're here to push Caribbean Week agriculture because we work for you and for the food security of the region. Thank you much. Wishing you a great and productive and safe weekend.
Thank you very much, Sean. Bye.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, colleagues.